Out in the country, on a farm, there was a chicken yard. Every morning, a young girl gathered fresh eggs, put them in a basket, and took them to the kitchen. One morning, when the girl was on her way to the kitchen, one egg fell out of the basket, hit a little stone, and Peep was born. But she wasn't a proper chick yet. To begin with, all she had were two great big eyes. Peep was so young she didn't know what her feet were for at first, because she was the wrong way up. But then she found she could wiggle her toes. All the effort was worth it, for at last she landed the right way up. Now she was sleepy, and just as she was dozing off, she heard a strange little sound. Peep! What was that? What could it be? Peep! Peep! Oh, it's me! I can go peep, 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 ah! And I can stand up too. But by now she was so high up, she got dizzy and fainted dead away. Now, water is a cure for fainting. Just at that very moment, it started to rain. Peep was so young she didn't even know what water is. My, that's good. She started to drink and drink and drink until all the water in the little pool was gone. But she was still thirsty. There was some water left, but it was far away and Peep didn't know how to get there. Then she got an idea. Maybe feet are to walk with. Peep got so excited she ran to the puddle, but she didn't know how to stop. She sank like a stone. Luckily, there was someone else in the pond. Quack, the duck. Quack dived just in the nick of time to pull Peep up before she drowned. But he no sooner got her up than down she went again. When Quack pulled her up this time, he placed her in shallow water. He wondered why Peep couldn't swim. Peep ran ashore as fast as she could and shook till her feathers stuck out like spikes. Then Quack the duck, who didn't like living all alone in the pond, went over to make friends. He walked up to Peep, looked her over, and as any proper duck would, he said, Quack, quack. Peep said Peep. Quack, said Quack. Peep, quack, peep, quack, peep,
Quack.
peep. Quack was very puzzled. Where'd you come from? From an egg, said Peep. No, you couldn't come from an egg. If you came from an egg, you'd say quack, not peep. And at that he turned and stomped away, leaving Peep very sad. But I'm sure I came out of an egg. And, oh! Here's my eggshell. Then Peep got an idea. I'll go and show Quack that I really did come out of an egg. And then we'll be friends. As usual, Quack was sitting in the sun, feeling very pleased with himself. Peep burst out of the shell and said, "Look, this is the egg I came from." Quack looked at her. "Well, then you must be a duckling after all, even though you do say peep and you can't swim. So come with me, we're going to Green Island. It's a lovely place." Welcome to Green Island. Only ducks are allowed here, you know. While Peep was thinking that over, someone else arrived. Chip, chip, chip. Quack looked at him and said rather crossly, "Who are you?" "I'm a robin. I can fly, watch." Not very well yet." "Don't you realize this island is only for ducks?" Chirp said, "What do you mean? She's not a duck." "Yes, I am," said Peep. "Nonsense. She's a chicken." Poor Peep asked, "What's a chicken?" Chirp, who knew a lot of things, said, "Well, a chicken's just a chicken. Everyone knows that. A duckling's a duckling. You're a duckling. A chicken's a chicken. You're a chicken. And a robin's a robin. And I'm a robin." But fortunately, we are all birds. "Birds?" said Peep. "Yes, birds, because we all came out of an egg and because we all have wings." "How come you know so much?" asked Peep. "Because I was born way up in the top of the tree and I could see the big wide world." "What is the big wide world?" asked Peep. "The big wide world is everything there is to see." "I would like to go and see the big wide world." "Me too," said Chirp. "But you can't fly." "No, not yet." "So you can't go and see the big wide world." "Yes, I can. I can walk even if I can't fly." "Aha," said Quack. "But we're on an island. Now I can go and see the big wide world because I can swim." And at that he turned and stomped away. "Wait, Quack," called Peep. "We all want to see the big wide world. I have an idea. You can swim, so you can take Chirp and me across the water, and someday Chirp will be able to fly, and then he'll tell us what it's like way up in the sky. And maybe someday I'll be able to do something too." This seemed such a good idea that Peep and Quack and Chirp all marched off together to see the big wide world. little bird friends were on an island in the middle of a pond. Peep, the newborn chicken, her best friend Quack, the duckling, and Chirp, the baby robin, wanted to go and see the big, wide world. But first they had to get off Green Island. "Follow me," said Quack. "Ah, the water's lovely." Chirp looked at Peep and said, "Why don't you go first?" "Okay," said Peep. Boy, was she glad she'd kept her old eggshell. She jumped into the water, leaving Chirp alone on the shore. "Well, Chirp," said Quack, "what are you waiting for?" Chirp wasn't sure he liked the water, but he wanted to go with his new friends, so he decided to be brave and test it. Ooh! I don't like water, it's wet. "But how will you get across then?" asked Quack. "Well, maybe today is the day I can fly," Chirp answered. And he tried. Boom. And he tried. Boom. And he tried. "I'll never be able to fly," cried Chirp. "Listen, Chirp," Peep said. "Quack and I will go over to the mainland and explore." And Quack said, "We'll find a way to get you across." "Okay, but don't forget me. I also want to see the big, wide world." When Peep and Quack reached the mainland, Peep said to Quack, "While you explore the coast, I'll go inland." "I'll explore the coast and you go inland," said Quack. "But don't get lost." So Peep set off to find a way to help Chirp get across the water. She went up the hills and down the valleys, through the forests and across the plains, until she came to a perfect lookout. Peep looked east and west, and north and south, and up and down. Suddenly she spied something that moved. Peep was very puzzled, so she got down from her perfect lookout and went to see what it was. Peep, peep, meow. Peep. "You smell nice. Who are you?" "I'm Peep, who's a chicken, which is a bird." "Are you all alone?" "I have two bird friends, Quack the duck and Chirp the robin, and we're all birds and we can't fly." "And where are your friends?" asked the kitten. Chirp is stuck on Green Island because he can't swim, and Quack and I are looking for a way to bring him across," Peep answered. "Oh, I'm Tom the kitten. I'm very fond of birds. I would be glad to help you." Tom, being a very smart cat, got an idea. Maybe we can use this log to float Chirp across. But Peep said, well, how will we get it down to the water? Oh, it's easy, said Tom. Whoosh. So off they went, pushing the log across the plains, through the forests, down the valleys, and up the hills. Quack! Quack!
I've looked everywhere for an idea, but I couldn't find any.
Quack, this is Tom the kitten. He is going to help us get Chirp across the pond.
How do you do, Tom? Do you swim?
Asked Quack. Where is this green island of yours?
It's out there.
Watch out! Quack, bring the log here. Tom, being a very smart cat, liked to tell everyone what to do. Climb on board, Peep. We're going to get Chirp. Quack, you are the outboard motor, and you, Peep, are the navigator, and I am the skipper. Back on Green Island, Chirp wondered if Peep and Quack had forgotten him. Just then he sighted the log coming. Oh no, they're bringing a cat. Don't they know cats are trouble for birds? Help! 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 Hurry, Peep shouted. I think Chirp is in danger. Yes, Quack, hurry, Tom added. Help! 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 Chirp, we're coming to get you, called Peep. Yes, Chirp, we are coming to get you, Tom said. Help! 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 Peep and Quack wondered why Chirp was so upset. Chirp tried desperately to fly away from the island, but he landed. Oh, right on the log. Help! Chirp cried and tried to run away, but that set the log rolling. Help! 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 Cried Peep. Help! 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 Cried Chirp.
Meow.
Cried Tom.
Meow.
Oh, help! Oh, I'm wet. Oh,
I don't like it.
Chirp and Tom were all out of breath when they reached the shore, but they were also very happy. Baby robins and little kittens don't like the water. Peep shouted, Chirp, this is our new friend Tom. He likes birds. Oh, well, if you like birds so much, Tom, there's a whole lot up in the tree. Yum, thought Tom. I'll bet they're delicious. Tom ran up the tree, and Chirp ran down to the log. Tom, he shouted, thanks for helping me get off Green Island. Don't you think we should wait for Tom? Asked Peep. No, I don't think so, said Chirp. He's happy with his butterfly. Besides, cats can be trouble for birds.
And I'm sure he didn't come from an egg.
And so the three bird friends, Peep and Quack and Chirp, finally sailed off to see the big wide world. little bird friends, Peep the chicken, Quack the duckling, and Chirp the baby robin were on their way from Green Island to see the big, wide world. Peep was the navigator, Quack was the outboard motor, and Chirp was the passenger. As they happily paddled along, they struck Pierre, the cautious turtle.
Who are you?
Asked Quack.
I am Pierre, and I am a very careful turtle.
Pierre answered with his French accent. Will you take us to the big wide world? Asked Peep. Pierre was shocked.
Me? Oh, I would not go near that place myself. But if you wish, I will take you to the shore.
The big wide world is that way, but do be careful. Why, what can happen? Asked Peep. You could be turned upside down. Peep was not afraid of being upside down. She was born that way. Come on, let's go. Thanks for helping us, said Peep to Pierre.
Bon voyage.
They'd not gone very far when Peep tripped over a ladybug. Oh, excuse me, said Peep. Who do you think you are? Grouched the ladybug. I'm Peep. Quack and Chirp and I are going to see the big wide world.
Don't you know it's impossible to stand on only 2 feet?
Said the ladybug, who had 6 feet herself. Peep wondered about that. Maybe 2 feet are not enough. She looked over to her friends. The other birds wondered about this too. So much so that they all got dizzy and fell leaning against one another. Then they tried to walk away. Suddenly, a spider appeared.
Don't you know that it's unsafe to walk on only 6 legs? You must have 8 legs to walk.
The bird friends looked at each other. This is ridiculous, said Chirp. And we're big enough birds to walk on our own 2 feet. Huh? So off they went. In front of them sat a big frog.
Ribbit?
Peep stepped forward nervously and said, Is this the way to the big wide world? The frog blinked thoughtfully and said,
Yes, excuse me, no, ribbit.
Peep was puzzled and said, Well, which way is it then?
To the right.
Do pardon me. Left. The bird friends are really confused now. Quack asked,
Is it along the water?
Or over the hills?
Well, the best way to the big wide world is to go along the water.
Oh, do forgive me. Over the hills. Do forgive me, please.
Quack said to Chirp, I told you we go along the water.
No, said Chirp, the way is over the hills.
Along the water.
Over the hills.
Water.
Hills.
Water.
Hills.
Water.
Hills. Hey, 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 maybe we should go. Just then the wind blew. Through the air, the wind blew them up over the hills, through the forests, across the water, and along the plains until whoop, 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 they ended up against a wall.
Peep,
said Peep.
Quack,
said Quack.
Chirp,
said Chirp. Chirp, who knew a lot of things, pointed and said, It's a wall. As they looked at it, 3 strange creatures appeared, creeping up it ever so slowly.
Now who is that?
Whispered Quack. They had seen many things, but never anything like this. The creatures grew and grew and grew into big monsters. The monsters swallowed up the wall, and then the whole big, wide world. They couldn't see anything. I'm cold, said Chirp.
I'm scared,
said Quack. I'm tired, said Peep. And they huddled together and shivered. The bird friends wished they had never left Green Island. Suddenly the whole big black world shook. Chirp shouted, Earthquake! Boom! Boom!
Run,
shouted Quack.
it's a huge cat.
No, that's not a cat, it's a dog, said Chirp. The big dog noticed the poor little birds were afraid and said, Come into my house. A moment later, they were all snuggled together, and she said, I'm Nellie, the country dog. Now the birds were no longer afraid and started asking questions. Who were the 3 monsters on the wall? Well, maybe they was your own shadows. Why did the whole big wide world go black? Because the sun went down. Who is the sun? The sun is the big fireball in the sky that shines on the big wide world.
Where does the sun go when it goes down?
said Quack. It goes around and comes up again tomorrow. Well, what does the big wide world look like? asked Peep. It's round, like this ball. How big is the big wide world?
Who makes the wind blow?
Were you born up in a tree? Can you swim?
Does the sun have a mother?
The birds kept asking more and more questions until suddenly they noticed Nellie was asleep. They looked out on the night sky from their cozy doghouse. The sky was full of stars. Peep said, "Look at that."
Who is that?
Asked Quack. Chirp, who knew a lot of things, said, "It's the moon." "What is the moon?" asked Peep. They all looked at it for a while, and then Quack said,
I think it's a big egg.
Peep said, "And maybe the big wide world is a big egg too." This seemed such a good idea that Peep and Quack and Chirp all fell sound asleep in the cozy house of Nellie, the country dog.